Hello everybody, it's Penny Shelton here, and today is Monday, October the 25th. I've got a couple things that I want to talk to you about in today's video, and the first is a matter of just general little raw food rehab, administrative housekeeping type stuff. I've received several emails from members over the last, I'd say 5 days, concerned that they're not receiving email updates, that because I normally send out an email blast every day when I put up a new forum post on the headline news. Okay, some people aren't receiving that anymore and they're concerned about it, so I wanted to just mention a couple of things could be happening. Number one, you may want to go in and check your email settings. Let me show you just real quickly how to do that. Let's go to the main page here. On the main page, you'll see your name. You can see Penny right there. And then right here, it says settings. Okay. Click on settings, and it's going to give you an option to go in and dictate to the website what emails you want to receive and how you want to be notified when different things go up. The one thing that I would like to ask is that you don't just disable emails completely from our website, because then you'll never know what's going on. And I love for you to at least stay tuned to my headline news forum posts, because we give away a lot of stuff on the website. And that's the only way I have of communicating with you is on that daily forum post. So let me show you a little sneaky way to always know when I've put up a headline forum post, which I typically only put up one a day, Monday through Friday. I'm not a big spammer. I'm not going to send you multiple posts in a day unless, something significant. There's been some really crashing, breaking news that happens. But let me show you. So on the main page here, let me just scroll down. We always have a main forum picture, and then I'm going to be leaving our wonderful friend Dave the Raw Food Trucker up for a while as we continue to support his fundraising efforts for his stroke recovery fund. So you'll always see his information. But right under that, you'll see a bunch of little pictures of me here. These are our main headline forum posts. Scroll down to the bottom of that and click on View All. Okay, we go to View All. And then the first three are always our featured discussions, like they're usually the most current discussions that I've put up. But scroll all the way down to the bottom, and right here, you're going to have an option. Mine says stop following because I'm following the headline forum posts. Of course, I'm usually the one that puts it up there. Occasionally, Susan will add one, but it's typically me. But if yours says following, click following. You want it to say stop following. So what's going to happen if yours says stop following like mine does is the minute that I hit publish and put up a new headline post, you're going to get an email notification that says that I've put up a new forum post. And you can do that in any room of the Raw Food Rehab Mansion. Like if you're particularly interested in recipes in the kitchen, you can follow all of those discussions. And so when someone adds a new recipe, you'll be able to get a notification of that. So, it's just great to do that. And yes, I understand that sometimes it's more emails than you want. So if you see something pop up that you're not interested in, you can always delete that, obviously. Now, I will tell you that if you do get a large quantity of emails from Raw Food Rehab, some of these may be going into your spam folder. That's what we found has happened to a lot of the people who have written to me, and it's just because their email program is like, dude, we're getting too many emails from this website, and they'll just treat it as spam. So that could be happening. Just wanted to share that with you so that there was no confusion and everybody knew how to do that. Okay, so today's main topic is what I want to get into right now. And you probably saw the picture on the main page, and it is, what should you be eating? What should you be eating? And where I'm coming from on that is that I see and understand that there is a great deal of controversy and debate and difference in opinion even within the raw vegan, or raw food, I should say, community. It's kind of funny to me, actually, because we are already a niche. To be a vegetarian is one thing, and it's kind of countercultural, even in some parts of the country. If you don't live on one of the coasts and you're a vegetarian, sometimes you're kind of the odd man out. And then to become a vegan on top of that is even more exclusive. But then to become a raw, possibly vegan on top of that is crazy, right? I mean, sometimes people treat us that way. So it blows me away that there's so much difference within the raw community on what we should be eating. Okay, so we've got this end of the spectrum over here. Let's just say, for example, I'll use Doug Graham. He's a good one to use because he has a very specific protocol that he believes is the correct way to approach the raw food diet, which is very high in fruits and vegetables, very high. And he's not a fruitarian. A lot of people think he just eats fruit, and he doesn't. But that's one end of the spectrum. And then maybe on the other end of the spectrum, we've got someone who's more into like a paleo, I'm not even sure how to say it, diet. So they're like they're into raw food, but they're eating raw meat and things like that. So that's a whole other end. So we've got all this and everything in between, right? So what's the right thing? Well, to me, the right thing is the diet that works best for you and your own unique physiology and spiritual beliefs and whatever. I mean, you may choose to be a vegan because that may be what you have researched and you personally feel the best being a vegan, and then eating all, like maybe 100% raw is the way that you want to approach it. And so maybe that's too extreme for you and you can't stick with that. Maybe you are going to try to see how eating a diet of 75% pristine raw whole foods, preferably organic, with a little bit of cooked vegan foods. Okay, so what? Who's right? Who's wrong? I personally think that we need to not even give that our attention. I really don't even want to do that on our website. I don't want to tell people what they should be eating. I mean, I've written a book, Raw Food Cleanse, and it's pretty clear in that book that for long term, if you're a relatively healthy person, you're not suffering from obesity or a degenerative illness, I personally think it's okay to eat some cooked foods as long as they're healthy cooked foods. I don't think processed or junk food is good for a person. It's my opinion. You may disagree with me on that. But so that's a diet that I can live with, especially considering the fact that my family is not into the raw food lifestyle all that much. They appreciate it and like it that I do it, but they don't want to eat that way. So giving a little bit of wiggle room for me keeps me sane. So that's what I do. But I think that if I were to go to the doctor and have a diagnosis of something serious like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, I can guarantee you that I would tighten that up like dramatically. And as a matter of fact, like quarterly, I usually do some sort of a tightening up. Like I love to do 100% raw at different intervals of the year. I love to do a juice feast on occasion because I just like the way my body responds and feels, and I always drop a few pounds. And so it keeps me from going too far. It keeps me, doing those things keeps me from gaining too much weight. It keeps me just feeling fresh and crisp, but yet I'm still able to function in social settings and in reality. So that works for me. So all of that to say that I want you to be able to come into Raw Food Rehab and feel like you can be yourself regardless of where you end up on that spectrum. You know, I do find that when people talk about eating meat or animal products, that can cause a lot of dissension and confusion, and just because a lot of people are vegans for ethical reasons. They're against any kind of cruelty to animals. And so I would prefer that we just not go there. I mean, if you want to eat meat, that's your business. It totally is. And I don't have an opinion about what you should do, okay? But I do kind of ask that we don't get into a lot of discussion about that on this website. This website's primarily to talk about ways to add more raw and living vegan food into our diet. And what you do with the rest of it outside of here is your business. I mean, I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from on that. Just like we don't put a lot of recipes on our website for cooked food. I mean, you know what? We've all got a background in all of that. We know how to cook our food. I mean, we got that down for the most part. So there's plenty of other websites out there where they do talk about that if that's of interest to you. So that's just the direction that we go here, because raw food raw and living food is a very cleansing and healing diet for so many people. I just know too many people who have been able to experience radical healing in their body by incorporating a very high raw food diet. So I am going to also add a link underneath this video that I would really highly encourage you to go check out. And it's all the information that has been compiled from the International Living Food Summit. There have been 2 of them. They were held at the Hippocrates Institute, one in 2006, another one in 2009. I'm sure there'll be a 3rd one. And it's just where leaders from within the holistic and raw food communities come together, and they talk about the similarities that they share more so than their differences. And they have put together a guideline for what the optimum diet for health and longevity looks like. I would love for you to go check that out and read it, and I'd love to have your comments and opinions on it. But we don't want to get into a debate or a fight over it. It's just open your mind up and recognize that we're all at a different place on our journey, and we're all here together working towards optimal health. I love you guys. Please tune in tomorrow. We have an awesome Raw Talk Tuesday planned. I'm interviewing Matt Monarch's mommy. Joan Monarch is amazing, and she is not 100% raw, so just know that going into it. But her changes that she has made into her existing diet have brought dramatic health results to her. And I know that you're going to be inspired and encouraged by the interview. So I look forward to catching up with you. I want to see what your comments are and what you think of the interview with Joan. I think you'll really enjoy it. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.